Hello, welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm Duke Skyloafer. I did the thing that I said I might do, which was weld up the other side of the ship, or truck. So that's what the other side looks like. I also added some nice little chromy bits to it. And, excuse me, except for the front, which I can't really do until we disconnect it, I think it looks pretty good. I put some... painted these beams black. I changed the color, obviously. You can see I kind of made it like a brown. I don't know why, but I kind of liked the brown. I was originally thinking actually like an orange. I was, you know, like a construction orange kind of a thing. I was playing around with a couple of different ideas and ended up with the brown and the black and chrome look. And I think it turned out pretty good, actually. So, to start on the trailer... a couple of things. It's still not done, in the sense that I still haven't filled in this spot with whatever gyros and, you know, programmable blocks or automaton blocks or whatever. And actually, I think there might be a hole right there, which is okay. Yeah, exactly. What can brown do for me? Hopefully carry a bunch of ore. Chad made a suggestion, who I don't think is watching right now, made a suggestion in the comments of the last video that we flip the rotor upside down and put this part here instead of the rotor bottom. Put the rotor part here so that we can control the locking mechanism from the trailer itself. So basically we would have all of the trailer controls, you know, for like locking and unlocking the, you know, pistons and everything and mag plates and all that. We would have all that with buttons controlled on the trailer, and then we could you know, lock and unlock it from the trailer without having to do, like, have some buttons on the truck and some buttons on the trailer, etc. So, and I originally had, like, a stack of things here, and I was going to put this on top so that the trailer could go up nice and high, and then I thought, I think the side-to-side, the hinge that allows for the roll, we kind of want that to be, like, roughly in the middle of the height of the truck. And so I was like, we're going to lower that down. And it'll be like, you know, so it'll be like, right around here will be our rotor, and then right around here will be our roll hinge, and then our, what would that be, pitch hinge will be on top. And then if we need to go higher, we'll just stack up on top of that. So yeah, so that's the plan. Now, what I was wondering for the actual trailer itself, should we... like, disconnect this truck, get it out of the way, and then start building the trailer separate? Or would it make more sense to make sure everything lines up to basically build the trailer off of here? Like, connect it, build it all up, or at least the frame of it, build the frame of it off of the truck so that we know everything's perfectly aligned and everything, and then separate it. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do. So, that's my hope. I'm probably going to grind off this block, or we could go out from underneath. Yeah, we could probably just do that. Or, from up top. Actually, that's probably even the best way to go. We'll go up, connect to the top of the truck here, and then we'll just grind that off. And, because then I could even, you know, before we disconnect it, I could have the truck disconnected, kind of back the trailer up, pull the truck forward, you know, disconnect it, pull the truck forward, we could put the last bit on, and then back it up and reconnect. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do what Rumble Strip says and build the trailer off the truck. So let's use the same thing that I used for the truck, and we'll just go with that. What do I have on me here? Okay, got some basic stuff. So, I think what I'm going to do first, well, first we'll just kind of go up. I'm thinking... actually, I think what we might want to do is make the, start actually from down here. I was going to go up and start with the top, but actually I want to start from the frame of it and kind of map that out because I don't remember how big the cargo things are. So we'll map the frame out, get the cargo kind of stacked up on it, and then we can go up top and go down toward the hinge. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to just grab a thing right there and we'll just start going out. So I think so this part, of course, not being here later. Right. So seven long, 5 wide. So this thing needs to be, so it needs to be 11 wide because we're going to probably have a row down the middle so we can keep it, even, or odd, rather. So it needs to be 11 across. And how far back do we want it to be before it... I'm thinking, let's see, because it's going to rotate around this point, so it doesn't need to be that far back. Yeah, honestly, it could be like even... It could be as close as this, probably, and it won't hit it. So let's say, like, right here. And I guess if we want to, we could always move the hitch, like, back a block if we feel like this is hanging too far back. This is going to be pretty wide. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be the end of one of the things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just how far the cargoes will go outwards. And then, I guess it doesn't really even need to go out any further than that. We can just throw the wheels on the side of here. Yeah. If you set them on their side and long ways, you could keep it 7 wide. Yeah, that's true, but I don't think it needs to be. Like, the truck itself is already, like, wheel to wheel, it's about 7. So, yeah, wheel to wheel, it's about 7. So it's just going to stick out a little bit further than the truck. So I think that's okay. I think what we're going to do is... let's see, I think I probably need something for it to rest on, so let's just do this. Alright, let me look at this from the top. So I think we're going to do two cargoes going back and then a stack. So we'll go 14 back and we'll be 6 tall. Okay, I think that sounds good. Got large ports on top. Yeah. We're not really going to use the large ports because I think I'm going to do... I think I'm going to have the miner land on the back of the trailer, similar to Splitsies, where it didn't go on top, just for the weight distribution when driving. I mean, we could always put a dock on top for quick docking, but I think I think it's going to be... Oops, sorry. I think it's going to be easier to just dock on the back. Didn't I put cargo in here somewhere? Or did I take it out? I must have taken it out. Okay, let's put some cargo in here. Cargo? Why am I shouting? Alright. No more shouting. Alright, so if we do this, we can go... Well, do we want it to be... Am I going to want any sort of cap on the end of that? No, I don't think so. I mean, I could put the little, like, door on the end of it. I think that'll be okay. We'll just do that. And then we'll connect them on the middle. Yeah, I guess I didn't really need the long thing underneath it. We could... Let's see. Is that the right height for the wheels? I think that is. Match the other wheels? Yeah, that should be. Yeah. So that's where our wheels will go. And we're going to use the same size wheels, I think. We're not going to do the bigger 5x5 wheels on this, just because that would look ridiculous. So, we will do this, and we will... Trying to think if we really need like a center. Yeah, we probably should do some. I can't really get in between this. There we go. We'll probably do something in between. Oh, I don't know where the ports are on the side. I assume they're right in the middle. Let's see. Yeah, right in the middle there. Okay. So we will. You know, what'll be nice is that I could still, like, through the large ports on the back, I could still, if I needed to transport a bunch of large things, just manually load them up with a bunch of large things. Or we could put some docks, some connectors on the back, too, just to be like, no, we probably won't. Try to keep the wheels toward the back or middle. Yeah, spread axle designs. It really, yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree. So, this is how far out they will go, but we'll probably have them start underneath the second. How far? Let's see. How long does this get when it's... Because now I'm thinking, like, this is barely going to fit on our little thing here, on our platform. I mean, we'll be able to drive this a little far forward, but it's right above its connector right now. I'm thinking what we're going to do is take this platform and potentially extend it a little bit more in this direction, and then ramp it down on this side as well, so that real life. Okay, well, so that we can just drive the truck up in one direction. We could probably even put connectors on both sides, so I could go up either way. But we'll go this way. We can take this thing and push it in, so it doesn't have to stay back here, and then we could just drive up one side, drive down the other side, and be good to go. Alright, let me read what you said here. In real life, the trailer axle in a spread design tends to scuff off the side treads of the tires. Now, you know, I mean, that makes sense, right? Because it's, when you think about the, like, turning radius and stuff, and, you know, like, this thing, we don't have, you know, when this thing is rotating, it's, like, gonna have to pull one, so, I know. I'm describing it weird, but I think you know what I mean. I'm agreeing with you. We're going to put the wheels toward the back. Well, we could probably just do like 2 wheels, I would imagine. On each side, obviously. And then we could do... Oh, you know what? That's... Yeah, we should probably move these back just a little bit, because we're going to want to have... oh, no, I could put them like right here. I was going to say we're going to want to have like the... What did I do? There we go. Oh, now I'm stuck. We're going to want to have some pistons to hold this up when it's not connected, and they could just be right here. That'll be okay. That should be okay, because our turn radius around this point... will that be too close? That might be too close. If it's around this point... Yeah, well, I mean, it's cutting it real close. But I think it might make sense to back this whole thing up a little bit. So luckily we're just prototyping right now, so this is okay. Yeah, I think I might back this up 2 blocks, and then I could put a little bit of extra padding on the front here and get some integrated... I guess they could be on the sides. I don't really want to do circular math at the moment. Yeah, that's true. We don't need 2 pistons. We could do a single, because we're going to have all this space in between them anyway, so might as well. I think... Well, let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks out. 1, 2, 3, 4... let's see, if we were to try and do some pi r squared here, that's going to be more. Yeah, I think we may want to move this back just one block, just to be safe. Let's do that. Alright, so... I got to imagine that that's good. There. Then we will go up 2, and then from the top ones, we'll come across. We have like a big hood that has the hitch come down, and that hood will have the piping in it, going down into the middle here, into the middle ones, and that'll be how we are able to pull the ore out through the truck. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that could work. So, as far as... let's see. As far as our frame that these are going to rest on... Stuck. If your trailer wheels are, say, block or 2 rear of center, the trailer should carry the load. Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking is... Get that toward the back there. Obviously, we'll do maybe... let's see. Actually, it probably doesn't even need to come out that far. We could have wheel there, and it could just be out here. But yeah, so like wheel there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 wheel there. That would be our 2. That would be where our 2 wheels are. I think that should be good. Is that how many blocks I put in between here? I think I did 5 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I did 4. We could probably put them closer together if we wanted to, but I kind of like them kind of like them a little bit further apart. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're supposed to be there. We'll just weld that up for now. Alright, yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So then, like, most of this, I'm not going to, like, armor it up or anything. It's just going to look like cargo that's been stacked up on top of a truck. And, I think what I'm going to do is cover up this side. We'll build our hood up kind of on the, like, in front of this. So this almost will look like a flatbed. Right, with a bit of a up and over going on the front here. And then the rest of this will just kind of be uncovered. Even though it won't be truly modular, because we'll be, like, piping down into it. But that'll be that's the plan. So then we can put our piston somewhere in the middle right here, or it could be in the front. It could be, like, right there, if we wanted to. Let's look at... Actually, how well is this going to work? If I reverse this up. Oh, good. I can still get to most things. Let's see. So let's cover under here. We want a little bit of a... This doesn't have to be completely... Let's see. What's going to be the best way... Or the best looking thing. I kind of think maybe just leaving it as... And we'll probably want to come out at least... Like, we'll at least want to support. We don't want it to look like it's about to tip off and fall off of here, so... Let's, let me just plop there as placeholders. Of course. Oh no, I'm out of steel plate. Is it really? Oh, I looked at the UTC time on the clock up there. I was like, is it really 9:42 a.m.? No, it's not. No, it is not. I might not stream particularly late today. We had we're having furnace issues in my house, and the thing about the furnace is it's having an intermittent issue where it's, let's see, do I want to get into all the details or not? Sometimes it doesn't like to make heat, and there's a thing I could do to it to temporarily fix the issue, but then the next time it shuts off, it's goes back to being a problem. So I can tell the house is getting really cold right now. And yesterday it was out for an entire day because I was in Chicago and couldn't do the thing. So when I came home, and then I came home and we were having a winter squall, so the power was out, so it didn't matter what the furnace was doing anyway because it wasn't going to work. And so it got very, very cold in my house last night. And then the power came on in the morning, and I was able to start the furnace, and we made the house extremely hot, which I'm sure was pretty expensive. And now I can feel it starting to finally get chilly again as the furnace stopped running probably about 2 hours ago. And the temperature outside is 20, so Fahrenheit. So I'm probably going to do this for like maybe another hour or so, and then go try to kick that furnace on again if I can. But the dumb thing is that I had I have a heating and cooling guy that I have to pay. I still have to pay him to come over, but I have a guy, and he came over, and you know, I know what the problem is because it has diagnostic lights, and it tells me what the problem is, and that's how I know what to do to trick it into working. But he comes over, and the lights were working fine, and he plugs in his stuff, and it tells him it's a different thing that's the problem. And all he does is, like, unplug the leads, look at them, plug them back on, and the whole thing starts working again, and we couldn't get it to recreate the issue the whole time he was here. It worked fine, perfectly fine the whole time he was here. Then he charged me his money, and then he left, and then it started being broke again. So yeah, that's how it is. Oh, I live near Chicago. It's always very, very cold in the winter. At freezing cold in the house, I slept toasty warm last night in my bed because that's just with no power, no ability to use like space heaters or anything. I still slept very toasty warm last night. I'm not worried about it. But it is annoying to have to like work from my home office wearing like winter clothes, winter outdoor clothes. So I think I got 2 rows here. I think this will be okay. We're gonna beef up this connection between them a little bit because I don't want this to be like we hit a rock or something and it bounces and then this breaks and then everything just kind of splits in half. We will reconnect it back here and then it'll be connected a little bit in the middle for the piping. So I just want to get this. We'll get this all welded up as long as I can reach it. So you're very familiar with the old northern Midwest weather. We didn't have a really nice fall this year. It was probably, maybe we had like a day or two in the 40s, and then it dropped down into the 20s and teens, and that was it. So I was like, this year I'm gonna buy a nice fall jacket. I feel like my fall jacket, well actually the problem with my fall jacket was that I had it in the trunk of my car and a rat got into my car and made a nest in my coat. Because, things happen. But, so, I usually wear hoodies like 24/7. But it's like I'm going to get a nice fall jacket to wear over my hoodie, and then that lasted like a week. Alright, I think I might have to bring this back down. Alright, so yeah, then let's make this look a little. We'll just mimic what's going on. Let's see, where do I want to put this piston though? And how far does the piston need to be? Guess if we put it so that it rests when it's retracted, the bottom is like right here, you know, so it almost goes all the way up in. That should be okay. And then that should definitely extend far enough to lift this thing up. Oh, hey, Ajir, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Let's see. So we could put it... Yeah, we could just put it like right there. We could put it right there. And then I think what I'll do is also do some connections in between here. Just doing that. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. Okay. Probably should have waited on that until I had been able to crawl under there enough times, but that's okay. All right, so we'll do the piston right there. Do I want to have something that kind of encloses the piston? How do I want to do that? Yeah, exactly. I think I would want it to be able to raise higher, because then we would just lower it back down onto the truck. I think we could do that. I mean, we could always, like, lower it piece by piece and then, yeah, then just raise it all the way up in. Let's see. So if it was just sitting right there, what would we do to make it look like something is holding it? Let me make a piston here. And of course we're going to use the new square piston. Of course we are. Because it looks good with when it's got a mag plate on the bottom. Which way is the bottom? That's the bottom there. So, yeah, I'm thinking like right there. That's actually perfect because the piping will run right over the top of it. It'll look really cool. We're not going to connect into it, but 2x1 slope, big block from those two. I don't understand the second part, but I get this. But which way though? Like this, I assume. That would look the best. Yeah, actually that probably looks fine. Let's just do that. Alright, let's just do that. Doesn't need to be nothing else holding it. We'll just leave that open there. And actually then we could do... we could make this look cooler then, couldn't we? I mean, we could always make things look cool. Oh. Yeah. That's okay. Nothing bad happened. But that means we could go like this. Kind of mimic that shape a little bit. It's always hard to do this when you're looking straight up. There we go. So kind of mimic that same shape like that. And then we could probably do the same thing at the end, but we'll figure that out later. Drop the rotor a squidge. Yep. Okay, let's bring this back down. I could fix that cargo I lost there. Jump up on here. I think we'll just get rid of this. I think we're going to need that. Does that wolf sound effect in the background only play at night? I swear I never hear that during the day. And I don't have wolves turned on, so it's just the normal. Alright, I think... Let's see. Let's do... Ow. Yeah, I have a thought here. Alright, I'm probably going to need a lot more steel plate here, but we're going to have to go up there. Then we're going to need a lot of these. And, okay, good, those take steel plate. So we're going to start with our T-junction here. And put it, I believe this is the middle right there. I'm going to put it like this. So we're going to connect there. We're going to go forward across, and then we will go up and over and down into the hinges. And that'll be that. And then everything else in here will just transfer through the big cargo bolt on top. I think that should be good. Reinforced tube. And we'll just go like this. And that'll cover up the top of the... that needs to be a curve. That'll cover up the top of the piston. So, not that you'll see most of this, but... Actually, no, you might see that part, this part here. Because we're just going to leave that part blank. T curved. Here we go. This part, I don't think it matters because you're not going to see the sides of it. Yeah, now where do we want to see the tubes? Let's keep it like this. So this is where having a sense of how far we need to go down will make a difference. So I think we're going to need to kind of prototype this a bit. Maybe I do need these blocks. Let me run around to the top of the truck here. Alright, so if we are like... Presumably it should be about 3 blocks, right? Like it should be... 1... Yeah, so it should be like right... Well... We're gonna need a little... No, it should be about right. It should be about... Should come over to about there. And then we go hinge, hinge... Nice out tonight. We need a little bit extra for the rotor, but I think this should be the correct... not that thing. But, come on. Hinge, and then hinge, and then I don't think I can put the rotor on until we... But yeah, that should be it. Yeah, right there. So... Oh, I'm stuck. Glad I put this light right here so I can see. So, right here. Yep. We need our curved again. And then we'll bring over... Come on. Small reinforced. There we go. Let's do facing downward this time. And we don't need you. I'm going to leave this on as like an extra, just in case I clip the bottom by accident. Conveyor curved. There we go. And then we'll have... Let's see if I could do this from here. Alright, so we want... Oh, this is going to be rough. The angles. I want the... Can't see where the... which way do I want the tabs to go? It doesn't really matter, does it? We'll go this way. Alright, so I want the tilt there, the pitch, and then I think I'm going to have to drop down. Oh, yeah, that'll work. And then I want the roll, and I don't really... Guess we're going to go like that. And then will it let me put the... Will it let me put an advanced rotor on the bottom with the... oh, no, it won't, because it's going to want to... I'm stuck anyway. It's going to want to spawn the... Yeah, it's because it's going to want to spawn the rotor head there, so even if there was room, there isn't. But even if there was room, I think it wouldn't quite fit. So we'll have to back the truck away, put our rotor there, grind the hinge off, the rotor part, and then drive it forward. But this is perfect, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is good. And then we'll just build some structure around this. Make it look like the bed of a truck, kind of. And let's weld this all up. And then we'll get the wheels on it, and then we'll figure out what we're doing with the back. So the back is going to need a... oh. We need the... Yeah, so I think we actually might want... Let's see. Can I jump up here? Yes, but can I jump up here? Probably not. Yeah. We need to be able to have a platform back here for the thing to land on. That's what we kind of forgot with our wheels here. We could just do a top thing. I mean, it'll be kind of tall, but we could do a top mounted. I mean, okay, hang on. Okay, because we're actually looking at the trailer being this big. All right, this is what we're driving around. Yeah, I don't think I would want to go top mount while we're driving. I think that's going to be, but it makes sense then to lose this wheel, extend back, and put the rear wheel underneath the mining thing, or to do 3 wheels. What do you think, Rumbletrip? And then for the connection to it, we could just key off of the second one here and go maybe like down and out and into a connector back here. Where's the connector on this? It is near the front, right? So we could... oh, it's almost centered. So let's see, at minimum we would need from the front of the connector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. If we want... Yeah, I guess we could land it sideways. That might lead to some weird weight distribution while we're driving. Plus, this almost certainly is too long, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah. 6, 7... Then it would be hanging out the side. Yeah. Okay. So we would need to go 1, 2... What did I just say? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... So 6... in front of this. So if we did like 7, if the rear wheels are free spinning, if we don't put any torque on the rear wheels, because I'd have to put a programmable block back there to drive the rear wheels anyway. If it was purely the truck in the front pulling, then it might be okay. We could kind of lower the friction a little bit. Might be okay. All right. So, how we want to do... Yeah, the miner's got very little capacity compared to the truck, so it's probably not. Let's see, how am I going to get... I may have done this in a bad order. Also, it's getting very dark out, and I want to go do something about that. Yeah, because even with my headlights on, we're not getting a lot of light out here, and I never bothered to make spotlights or anything outside. Let's go take a little nap and make it morning times. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, set the rear wheels to turn. All right. Good morning. Let me grab some food and water in my breakfast truck. That should be good. Alright, yeah, this is looking pretty good, actually. The truck itself at the front turned out to be longer than I was expecting relative to the size of the trailer. But overall, compared to the platform, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Especially if we extend the platform out a little bit, it won't be that big of a deal. Yeah, let me raise this up just so I could weld up the bottom a little bit. Let's bring this down a little bit. Yes. Look. I think every time I do that, the solar panel clangs out a little. I don't know why. Clang is just, yeah, Clang is here just to let me know he's always watching. He's always looking out for me. Alright, so... to do the back part, I'm gonna map out a thing here. I want to go basically 7 from here, so I'm gonna go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's about how far I need to go to keep the drills. So the front of the drills will be here then, and I want to give it just enough space. I was originally thinking I wanted to try having a automation block land it, and now I'm thinking that might be a bad idea, just given the given how much it is imprecise when it's landing. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. So it'll be, how many did I just do here? 1. So this is the edge of the drills will be right, you know, like between these 2 blocks. This will be the boundary of the drill. So it'll give me just like a 2-block clearance between the ends of these, which I'm going to put doors on the ends of these to kind of make them look nice. But so we'll do that, and then let's see, what did I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so right Oh, man. Boy, my whole connector, my whole hotbar is just messed up from what I usually do here. I need it to be... there, I believe. Facing the other way. We want a dock on the top. So... there we go. Okay, but also... I don't like when it faces that way, just, I like when the thing faces that way. Let's see. Yeah, these two wheels are going to be kind of right in the center of the trailer, but the majority of the weight is going to be on this side of them. So that's probably okay. I might stick with the two wheels and just maybe scoot them back just a little bit, like maybe 2 or 3 blocks further back. And then I think I'm probably comfortable with it. Because I don't think there's much chance of it like tipping backwards if I detach, and that's what the mag plate is going to be for anyway. So, hey Bagel, how's it going? Let me make sure that I calculated this correctly. So this is, we said from the front of the connector, 1, 2. Give me a block here I can measure with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know you guys told me there was a multi-tool, and we looked at it last week or last time, and it has a measuring thing, but it's I'd rather just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. Okay, so we'll do that. And we'll run a conveyor line through the middle of it to that thing, and then yeah, that'll pretty much be that. Alright, so let me map out this conveyor line, which is gonna go let's see. Okay. So we do want to keep with the T-junction here. And I believe we want to be right here. That looks like the middle piece. And what was I doing before? Where they were facing up before. Well, no, it doesn't matter. We got to go this way. Yeah, so I believe that's the middle. Yep. And we'll go down. We'll put it this way. And then we'll go... I may want to remove this one and move it to here. Or we'll just do a second thing around this. Yeah, it'll be fine. Curved this guy. Nope, 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 nope. Yes, nope. Yes. Yeah, then we should just be able to run it straight in. Reinforced. Let's do it facing upwards. Go get some more. Yep, I hear you. Oh yeah, good call. We definitely do need a sorter. There's got to be something to pull the ore. Otherwise, I'd have to manually do it, which isn't the worst thing, but because the miner doesn't really have a whole lot of inventories. But yeah, no, that's actually a really good idea. It just occurred to me that our hinges are staying with gravity, so they're probably flopping back and forth every time we do this. Yeah, that's a good idea. It will probably... we may want a sorter in here as well. How does that work? If you turn off a sorter, it blocks everything, right? So I think we may want to sort her in here in line so that we could say, when you're pushing stuff into here, we do not push it into the inventory of the truck itself yet. And then we can turn that on and say, all right, now we're going to allow everything to pass through, or allow the ores to pass through. So I like that. This connector down here is already set because it runs up through here, and it's connected to the same thing that the miner lands on, and it's already got the sorter to pull from this miner. So anytime anything connects here, it'll automatically pull ore out of whatever connects here and up and into the base. So, but yeah, so I would want it to land and ore to be pulled out of it, but only into these, so that we don't end up filling this up. And then we could turn on this sorter to allow things to pass through and go out when we connect up here. Right. Yeah. This is Earth-like. This is just regular Earth-like. I don't think there's anything... it is... Oh, it's scarce resources. That's the only thing modded about the planet, but everything else is just Earth-like. Thanks for the subscribing. Much appreciated. The Bagel Engineering Corp. Or Core, I should probably say. Okay, that looks good. We'll fill that in. We'll make this look nice. I'm gonna need to weld up a absolute metric ton of these things, aren't I? Let's grab... Can I... Okay. Let's just go weld up all this stuff. Put all this back. Oh, got it all back. Yes, I mean, there's a bunch of mods. There's just nothing particularly modded about the planet. So the whole mod list is in the description. Did I just put that up into there? I did. That's okay. Part of the theme of this series is overcomplicating things that should be easy. Like we built 2 different miners, automated miners, and sent them out to do mining, and they turned out to be complete disappointments in their ability to mine automatically. So we said, we're just going to build a large truck system to drive the miner out, get a bunch of stuff, and then drive it back. And the especially dumb thing about it is that we don't actually have a plan of what to do with all of this ore that we're going to get. Right now, the only goal is get a bunch of ore. So... The thing that was disappointing about the miner, especially this one, was it's got the PAM script. And it's supposed to, you know, make my life easy by just going out and constantly returning with more ore until all the ore is gone. And you set a depth, right? If you're not familiar with PAM, but, you know, you set a depth that it digs to, and then if it finds ore, it keeps on going till it gets through the ore, and then it comes back. And even though I set the depth to be further than it needed to go, it would always stop like a meter before it got to the ore. So it just dug giant holes in the ground and never, ever, ever brought anything back. So. So we ended up doing a couple of rounds of manual mining and then decided to just do this. I might leave this like this. Or maybe we'll put some more of that, what do you call it? The beams, the steel beams in between. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's weld these up here. I don't think I need any additional platform around this. Like, I'll probably just curve around the back here, and that'll be that, and it'll just rest on it. I am wondering, though, if there's a possibility that if the wheels aren't far back enough, that we could angle such a way that this hits the ground. You know, if the wheel is here, I think we got to have a wheel at least around here-ish. Which, really, if I just move the wheels like 2, maybe 3 blocks back, just both of them, I think that's going to be fine then. If we're here and I just move it to... Oh, really? Oh, that's right. I put all the steel plate back. Look at that. So yeah, if we move it back to like 1, 2... Move the wheels back to there. And then move this one over to, like, there. I think that makes it look a little bit more even. That's right, yeah. So the wheels will be... The wheels will be there in the back. And we'll fill this thing out a little bit more, but yeah, I like that. I think that's good. I could put a ladder on the side too, so I can get up to the top. Probably a good idea. If I need to get up to the top for some reason. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We could put some like brake lights on the back too, for no reason. Alright, these aren't just going to stick out like this. We're going to fill this in. I'm just not going to do it yet. Let's see, that looks okay. Let's weld up all this other stuff. There we go. Yep. That's fine. Yeah, my large grid ships are not gorgeous. They're passable. They're not the best I've ever seen. They're pretty good though. I do definitely spend way too long working on them, though. And now I'm stuck. Oh, come on, parkour up there. There we go. Ah, I'm back in the same spot. That all 3? Yes. Can I? I don't think I can squeeze under you, can I? No, I cannot. We are at the same height as these wheels, right? Yes. Yes, we are. And I'm stuck again. Okay. Let me raise this up and see if I can get under there. Oops. No. No. I'm gonna need to jump up on top of it. This is where I should have put that ladder on already. Grab those while we're at it. to do that, but that's okay. Oh yeah. You want to know? This is the best thing that I've done in terms of like, you know, like having to do all of these things with no jetpack. Right here, man. Right here. Which one? I don't even remember which is which. Boom, there we go. We're going up and maybe tipping over. Yeah, this was good times. We can go very, very high up. Okay, back it up then. And back that up. This was like two or three, it was like 2 streams designing just this lift thing and making it actually work. Could you imagine we would be in a spot in Space Engineers where we're like, the ladders are the most important thing. Okay, that should be that. Okay, let me see if I could... Can I get up there? Yep. While it is... Yep. Run... Oh, I'm bouncing off my... There we go. Oh no, I can't get in with the top ones on. That's okay. We'll come back to you. Was I able to get you? I was. Okay, good. Come on. Oh, almost. Okay. There we go. Now, let's see. Do we want to, what do we want to do with the cargo? Is it worth welding it up now? I guess it would be. Or at least welding up some of them, because I may want to jump over here again. So I'll leave those 2 that I grinded off missing for now. I really hope we don't run out of materials before I'm done with this thing. That would be the adding insult to injury. I think we could put this back down now. Okay. Might as well weld up the other ones as well. Getting foggy out. Or is it getting stormy out? Yeah, this thing tells me the weather inside, doesn't it? It's rain. Okay. I had considered putting the water mod in this world and decided against it at the last minute just because I don't know, I kind of went back and forth about if I even wanted to spend time engaging with water in this world, or if I was like, let me just build land, because I have the aerodynamics mod on, and at some point after this project is done, I want to make a plane and fly that plane around and look for some water, because I don't know where water is. There's no water, to my knowledge, in this valley that I'm in, that's surrounded by mountains here. There's no water here. I'm assuming there's water somewhere up, because there's a big, big plain up there. And I'm assuming there's got to be water up there somewhere. Yeah, we flew up there in the miner, and actually flew pretty far and didn't see water, but I'm assuming there's water up on top of these mountains somewhere. There's just none down in here, which is kind of odd because you would kind of expect if there's water that it would kind of be down in the valley, but you know how Space Engineers is. Did you all, you know, speaking of V-Rage 3, have you been following the teasers? Because I'm pretty sure we're getting I don't know if it'll be Space Engineers 2, but whatever it is, like the next game is going to be announced in 5 days. Like that's they've been showing, there's 2 teasers up. One of them came out today, and at the end of it, it said final transmission on December 10th. And, you know, go watch it. I give you permission to leave the stream for a minute and go find the trailer, the teaser on Keen's YouTube if you haven't seen it. But basically the 2 teasers are showing, like, they're showing Space Engineers in the new engine with lots of new blocks, new engineer model that looks much more high quality. Physics looks better. All the graphics look better, like the graphic of the Jetpack looks way cooler, and it looks like there's a boost mode, so your engineer generally flies slower, but can boost if they need to. And plus the new grid system and everything. So it's December 10th. That's the announcement, basically. That's when we're going to know what the next game is. So yeah, we've had 2 teasers, Ajir. We're getting the last teaser, like the big announcement, will be in 5 days, according to the teaser that came out today. So, I'm excited. The new, what they're showing us in the teasers, I mean, like they've recreated the blue ship and the red ship in the new engine, and it looks really good. I've been following the development of V-Rage on Twitter for like 3 years. You know, like, you know, watching them do all the tests to decide which physics engine they're going to use to reduce clang. All the new voxel stuff, the new engine looks like it has ray tracing and parallax, you know, textures, and just everything looks really cool. You know, the lighting looks really amazing. The lighting is way better with a lot more shadow casting and realistic looking stuff. I mean, it's just, you know, I can't imagine it's a DLC. I don't even know how they would do that. What the teasers are showing is, like, lore-wise, imagine we started out in this game and started traveling at 1 light year per year, basically, and we arrived 10,000 light years away, 10,000 years from now, in a system that they're calling the Almagest system. It's the project to leave Earth is called the Bearing Project, I believe, and but that's basically it. So it looks like what we're going to get is the new game will be a completely different star system that probably won't have an Earth-like. They give the date as AE, which probably means after Earth, and you know, it's probably just going to be a bunch of completely different planets in a completely different area of space, like the skybox looks different. It's, you know, I would be shocked if it didn't come to Xbox. Like, it's not going to be a DLC for this game. I can't imagine how they could possibly do that. I think it has to be a completely different game. There's only been 2 teasers of... No, there's been 2 like, official teasers of the next game, essentially. But there's been more than 2... There's been a lot of videos released of them, like, showing the state of development. So, like, there's the video they released showing the new grid system, which is half the size of the small grid. It's just the one grid system that everything is going to use, so... There's that video. There's videos showing how they render asteroids now. There's videos showing the volumetric water. Lots of tests showing volumetric water. These go back years as they've been working on V-Rage 3, so... I don't know. I mean, Xbox can do a lot of stuff. Like a modern... Like, I wouldn't expect it to come to Xbox One, but I might expect it on the newest Xbox. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be shocked. Because it would be... If it was an update to this game, it would basically be like... Like, I can't imagine how it could be optional without saying you get to pick which type of game you want to play. Right? Like, there's no way for you to be like you'd have to say, like, do you want to start a new game in a new world in the new system or a new world in the old system? That's the only way they could really do it if it was one game. And if they did it that way, I mean, then it might as well just be a separate game. Right? Because it's like your blueprints... Like, there's no way you're going to be able to, like, download the update and then, like, load into this world and everything will just work. Like, there's no guarantee that every single block from this game is going to be in the new game, or that they will be the same dimensions as they are. Right? So they said that they want to have a blueprint importer for the new system, and that it would... like, they said they're still working on it, but, like, Zoc said they would do their best to make sure that it could import as many blocks as possible from the current blueprint system and just, like, translate them. So, like, one of these blocks would become a 10 by 10 by 10 block in the new grid, you know, like, all the armor shapes would transfer over. But, like, the teaser today, it looks like the assembler is smaller than the current assembler. So what do you do if you have a blueprint with the old assembler in it? Like, it just wouldn't fit, right? Like, it wouldn't connect correctly because it would just kind of be like occupying a larger space than it is, you know? So I imagine the blueprint importer is going to have to be, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. Like, they really want it to be compatible, but we'll see. You said something earlier, and it makes perfect sense. If you tip that whole rig almost vertical, it should roll the hinges for enough to get the rotor on the hinge. Oh, you know, actually, you're right. Oh, that's totally right. I didn't even think of that. Okay. Let's do something especially stupid then. Let's see. We probably don't need to go completely vertical. Let's just go at a... like a 30-degree angle. That might be enough. And let me get the parts for an advanced rotor out of the thing. And then I'll see if I could stand up there and do this. I think it's... So, lending credence to it being an update to this game, though. I think it is really interesting that Keen seems to be, like, they're still working on this game, but they're clearly getting to the end game, right? Like, all the last updates they've been doing really feel like they have a finality to them. Like, they're like, Space Engineers is finally the game we wanted it to be. You know? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up there. Hang on. Maybe. There we go. And, now, am I going to be able to get under it and attach that or no? Ooh, boy. I don't think so. How do I want to... But anyway, they're still putting a lot of stuff into this game, which leads me to... Oh, no, I didn't see Splitsy call them out. What did he say? I was going to say... like, they're still working on this game, which leads me to believe that the next game is probably going to come out in an alpha state that will not be a complete game, just in the same way that Space Engineers did, but a little bit more complete than the very first version of Space Engineers. And that they will be slowly adding a lot of this stuff back in over time. Because I think it would be weird for them to be like, yeah, we just got all this NPC stuff. We got all this automation stuff. We got exploration. We got all these cargo ships is coming next. We got all this stuff. And also now here's the next game. You know, so I imagine there's going to be like, here's the next game. It has like 30% of the blocks that Space Engineers 1 has. And over the next like 2 years or whatever, we're going to build it up to be exactly what we want it to be. Anyway, how am I going to get this on here? I may have to do a thing. Oh, is it going to fit, or am I going to have to... Oh, I might have to... Oh. Will it fit? Oh, no. Yes, no. That one. Come on. Oh, come on. You know, there's an easier way to do this. I don't know why we're doing this. There's a much easier way to do this. Well, let's change this back to, what did I have it at, like 84? Make it 85. Yeah. Oops. Here, let's grab these. Oh, yeah. Splitsy did have to get up pretty early for that. They did make it seem like today was going to be like the announcement of it, and then it's just another teaser, and then it says final transmit, because technically it did say like next transmission December 5th, and then final transmissions. I mean, like technically, but like, boy, I think Zoc made it really seem like this was the, he really made it seem like this was the announcement in one of the live streams recently. Look at that. Why didn't we think of that before? Come on. Okay, I gotta really make sure I do this right so we don't attach it and it has to like snap the whole trailer sideways here. But I believe I placed it so that 0 should be in the front. Placed that. So. Alright. So I'm going to basically reset this and then turn it off and let it hang. So we're going to do this. Then we're going to spin it back to present. And then cut that down. Set. Let's do 45 and negative 45. And then we're just going to turn it off. You know, we could also add some torque, a little bit of braking torque to it if we wanted to try to keep it from rotating, but actually no, we probably don't want to do that. Let's just not do that. And then we don't want a whole lot of angle on you. Upper limit is what? Upper limit will be the back of the trailer going up. Let's say maybe like, I mean, I guess it, let's say like 35 degrees. That should be good. And then we'll say that the hinge is off. There we go. And then I guess I could connect that right now, but I won't yet. I will not invite Clang until I've built a complete thing that is worth being destroyed by Clang. So, alright, let me catch up on chat here real quick. As the shadow of Space Engineers 2 falls over the mountain. No, I think you're definitely you're not being negative. It really did seem like this was going to be the announcement. And it literally just turned out to be, you know, the next teaser. And it was a good teaser. It was just, you know. No, they have been actually kind of very specific, like almost going out of their way not to say Space Engineers 2 or the next Space Engineers game. And I don't know if they're doing that so that when they go Space Engineers 2, we'll all be like, oh man, we were right, it was totally Space Engineers 2, or if they're going to come up with another name for it, or if it is just a big update to the current game. You know, I just think I think an engine update like V-Rage 2 to V-Rage 3 is like the only way they could do that. I gotta drink some water here. The only way they could really do that is if they said either it's optional and you get to choose which one you want to use for any given world, or they're just like, once you update, none of your worlds are going to load anymore. And I don't think they would do that. You know, like they could do something, I think I mentioned this a couple streams ago, like they could do something like Elite Dangerous did, where they were like, when they added the ability to land on planets as a DLC, then you had to choose which version of the game to launch. Like if you didn't buy that DLC, it was like you launch the base game and you just don't have any of the features that let you land on planets. And then, or if you wanted to land on the planets, then you purchase, you know, then you launch that version of game, the Horizons, I think it was, launch that, and then you can land on planets and drive around in the truck. And then when the other update came out that was to let you get out of the truck and drive and walk around on planets, then it was like, then they were kind of like stuck on a, boy, we're really maintaining too many branches of this code here. And I don't remember what they did. I think they said Horizons becomes Odyssey, and then you still have the base game where if you hadn't bought anything, you're still good. I don't remember. But anyway, I think what I honestly think is going to happen is that it's going to be a new Space Engineers game. I mean, even if it's not called that from the teasers, it is clearly Space Engineers, right? There's no other thing that it could be. It is Space Engineers. It might be called like the Almagest project or something like that, whatever. But it's Space Engineers, right? It's all the same mechanics, all the same everything. It's Space Engineers. So whatever they call it, whatever. But it is, I don't think it's going to be a complete game right off the bat, which is probably going to mean that we're still going to be playing this game for a little bit while they continue to add stuff to it. So if that's the case, I mean, what'll that mean for the stream? It'll probably mean that I will play this game, continue playing this game, continue playing this world, and you know, we'll switch over to Space Engineers 2 or whatever it is whenever a cool thing happens, and we'll try stuff out. Like, oh, they just added a new whatever. Let's make a thing. So, you know, we'll see. We'll play it by ear, of course. You know, I don't know. But either way, I think it's I think we're looking at a functionally a separate game. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that they call it the Bearing Project, the project of leaving Earth and coming to the Almagest system. Oh no. How am I going to get over there? Get that. There we go. I should probably build up the... I should probably just like connect in between here, just because it's going to look nicer if I do that. Then we've at least got a line of stuff. Oh no. Oh no. Can I get it? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming the Bearing Project is a reference to that, or it's just the Bering Strait, and you know, the guy who found the Bering Strait, whose name I assume is Bering, that they're either referencing that or that they are, yeah, I don't know, there's some sort of a there we go, or that's just some sort of a random thing Merrick came up with. You know how that goes. Yeah, I'm kind of assuming, going back to something Adir said a minute ago, that I'm not going to bring any blueprints over to the new game either. Like, even if there is a blueprint importer, I mean, I save everything that I make. Like, I have blueprints of everything, and I almost never reuse stuff. It's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of a banner day if I go back and pull something out, just because I enjoy designing and building so much. You know, I've used the blueprint of that miner a ton of times, and I didn't design that miner. I got it off the workshop from someone that I would talk to all the time on Reddit. And, yeah, I've designed miners. I've designed lots of miners. Designed a really cool miner, like a year or two, like 2 years ago. That it's a space miner, but it's got the detachable multi-tool stuff, which is really cool. People keep asking me to put that on the workshop, and I keep forgetting. So I should make that a stream project one of these days. Just like this stream is just going to be getting the go-getters capable of being posted on the workshop. Yeah, please do. One of these days I'm going to do it. I promise. Before Space Engineers 2 comes out, I'll put that ship and its multi-tool connections on the workshop. I think there's also a sense of, like... I'm not typing inventory. There's also a sense for me of, where are you here? Why am I holding you? That my blueprints get... My ability to build gets better over time. And so... You know, sometimes I look back at a blueprint and I'm like, this was inspired. This was really good. But most of the time, I look back and go like, oh, I got better. I got better. I don't need to use this. Yep. Let's see. Oh, it might make sense to put one of those doors on the front here. Now, you know, if we need anything, we'll go to the back. I have never built... Maybe that should be a project on this stream at some point. I have never built a fighter that I was really happy with. I feel like I've probably built a ton of, like, you know, small grid, just for the purpose of shooting, flying and shooting. You know, I feel like I've built a ton of those, and I've never been satisfied with it. And it might just be because I'm also a bad pilot. So, the designs are not capable of compensating for my bad flying ability. And that's the other thing, like Rumblestrip just said there. I almost never, like, I started the game in creative mode. Like, whenever I get a game like this, I like to jump into creative mode just to see, like, what's all possible. You know, if I were to get really good at this, what are all of the possibilities of things I could do? And so, you know, like most people, I started in, I won't say most, but like a lot of people, I started in creative mode and made a couple of ships and then switched over to survival, and I've actually found that survival mode, for me, this is just for me, everybody can do whatever is the most fun for them, but survival mode for me leads to more interesting designs than creative mode, just because of the limitations, you know. And limitations on myself with no jetpack in this one, and you could see that the designs, you know, they mirror that, because everything has to be built kind of low and there has to be ways to get up on top, and you know, I like the survival mode. I like survival mode building, and there's been precious few times in the past couple of years when I've jumped into creative to like prototype something, and you know, like I would rather just hash it out in survival, which I also think is more interesting for stream, but yeah, it's me. How do I want to do this? Do I want to like go from here and try to like yeah, actually let's do that. Let's go like, how is this? Whoops, wrong keys. Yeah, it actually will work pretty good, and then we'll wrap around that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, sorry Hingy, I named the hinge Hingy. Did I do that right? Yes. Yeah. I feel like my story of space engineers is a classic tale, in the sense of like, the thing that got me into, like the thing that made me want to try it was finding the video of the red ship smashing into the blue ship and immediately being like, that's what I want. I want to literally blow stuff up in a, you know, completely destructible way, because it's so funny. Like, for years I was really itching for like some sort of a space game where you could fly ships, and I was like, man, there's just no space games on the market these days. This was like, I don't know, 2010, 2011. Like, man, there's just no good space games out there right now. And then you know, 2014 is like the year that Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen started their crowdfunding. I want to say it was 2014, maybe it was 2013, but either way, you know, that's when I bought my first and last Star Citizen ship. Not citizenship, but you know, ship of Star Citizen. And I never was able to take it out of the, you know, bay, because that ability didn't happen for like 5 more years. But you know, Elite Dangerous was something I got into because I was like, I really just am itching to fly spaceships, and so I played Elite Dangerous. Hours and hours of that, just flying. Sometimes just sitting down and just spending 6 hours flying, just trying to get across the galaxy, you know. And Elite Dangerous had this promise of destructible ships, but in practice, only the Anaconda showed damage states. Like, they could all show like decals of damage, but the Anaconda was the only one that they built where like the ship itself actually changes as it takes more damage, to show like pieces getting blown off and sparks and, you know, actual holes in it. And I was like, man, I just can't wait till they do that to all the ships, and I'm pretty sure to this day they have not done that. But then I came across Space Engineers. I want to say I saw an ad for it when it was released. You know, like I think it was 2020, around the update that added Triton, which I want to say was either the official release out of early access, or the one right after that. I don't remember, but like I saw an ad for it and I was like, oh, this looks like a fun thing. I could maybe build stuff. And then I started looking up trailers and was like, oh my god, you can actually blow stuff up and damage things. And that was it. I was hooked. And then it was just a matter of finding the YouTubers that I could learn from. You know, I think it was, let's see, who did I find first? I think Last Stand Gamers was the first one that I found and watched Colony Wars, which is how I became aware of Captain Jack, who I don't know. Captain Jack is I enjoy him most of the time, and then sometimes I need a break. Sometimes the content is repetitive, but and then of course Splitsy, and then I don't know. I've probably watched so many other ones at some point or another. Kind of Joshy for sure. Andrew Man Gaming, just like tons and tons of YouTubers. Amazing stuff going on with everybody. Wasted Space, of course, and all those guys. Yeah, Captain Jack was like, I know he'd been, my understanding, I never went back and like watched the whole back catalog, but like my understanding was like he'd been streaming, not streaming, but YouTubing almost since the beginning of Space Engineers. But it really didn't take off, it seems, until the like multiplayer update, I want to say. So how do I want to do this here? I think I want to go around the front. Gonna go like this. And then I got to get to the other side there. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I need to catch up on chat for a minute here. What's everybody saying? Yes. Yeah, Captain Jack's earlier stuff, like, I thought Colony Wars was a brilliant idea. See, you know, having two teams on a planet, basically duel, essentially, like, you know, you build, you're going to have battles, you're going to see who can destroy who. I thought that was a really good idea. It's just that, like, that series had the issue of Last Stand Gamer's crew was much better at the actual objective. You know, it's like Captain Jack wanted to play Space Engineers. I'm just, you know, this is my interpretation of what was going on. I'm going to build a grand, massive battleship, you know, kind of a deal, and that doesn't look good. What am I doing? You know, and then Last Stand Gamer's crew is just like, oh, we're just going to build tons of cheap disposable ships with lots of guns on them, right? Like they understood the assignment better, and so like it you could tell there were some points where they had to kind of like cheese it to make it look like it wasn't just a complete and utter defeat. And yeah. Ooh, I just had some thoughts here. Yeah, but I did like their second season where they went to the other, was it Mars, I think I actually saw the second season first, I want to say. But anyway, then after that, it just seemed like it was more like, we're going to find ourselves in pretty much the exact same situation and do it again. And sometimes that's interesting. And after, you know, it always just seemed like, I can't really get back into this, so. But I'm always up for people making more content, right? Like, I don't want to disparage him and say, like, he shouldn't be doing that. Because you know, for somebody, it's going to be there first. You know, Space Engineers. And it doesn't matter if it's repetitive. Just keep on doing the thing. What? I'm talking so much, and I can't... I need to pay attention to what I'm doing here, because I'm trying to find a shape. A specific shape. That's not the... I mean, I guess that fits there, but that's not what I was going for. I guess I could make that be what I was going for. Now, you know, it was one of these, wasn't it? It's like this one. That's... right? That's what I'm going for. Okay, I think that's what I'm going for. Yeah. Okay. Trying to do a thing here. It's not... Yeah, okay. Alright. Then we could go... Not you. Oh, I don't know. I may have worked myself into a thing I can't get out of here. No, I didn't. We need... What? Where's my... There we go. This one. That's what I want. Oop. Yeah, exactly. It became a little too scripted. Is the thing. Even though it was supposed to be, ostensibly it was supposed to be survival, but it was clearly very, very scripted. And I don't mind if you have like Splitsi's playthroughs where he's got like other people on the server and like certain events are going to happen and stuff like that's fine, but it's all still very survival based, So I like that, and Captain Jack's just started to be a little bit more like it's very clear that this is just a script we're following kind of a deal. What am I doing here? Am I doing the right things here? Do I have a big red light shining in my eyeball? Actually, I probably do want those there, don't I? But I do like, that's what I really liked about Colony Wars and, Planet Wars, whatever, like the earlier stuff, because it was clear that they had events that they wanted to happen. It's like, okay, today we're going to meet up on the battlefield and have a battle. But like the outcome of the battle wasn't scripted or anything. It was just, we're just going to go, like we're building up our ships and our armies and we're going to go see what happens, So, it's like, I know he's capable. But...
Energy low.
I guess that kind of sounded a little condescending. I didn't mean it like that, but... to be fair, that's more than I could do. I would never be able to put together like a heavily scripted series where like the amount of effort that they put into that, like setting it up and building the essentially like the sets and everything, like I got to give them props like that. It's a ton of effort put in to set up for these things, so it's like it's just not my cup of tea basically. Oh, it got dark out. I'm only gonna go a few more minutes here because my fingers are starting to get cold. I'm gonna have to go see if I could kickstart my furnace again. But let me take a little nap here, kick off the cryo sleep mod. If you guys are enjoying the video, all of you who are watching, please consider throwing a like on the video. And if you want to get notified when I go live, please consider subscribing. I would very much appreciate it. Alright, let's see if we could finish off this connection with the hinge here. And then we might call it a day. Yeah, I think this is looking really good. Honestly, just looking at it from back here, I think this is looking really good. I'm probably gonna... Maybe I'll slope this in a little bit on the bottom here. But that'll probably be it. We'll throw the wheels on. I mean, we'll make this part in the back look a little bit nicer. But I think this is probably gonna be... I think this is looking pretty good. I think this is looking pretty good indeed. Maybe we'll make this like this instead. Yeah. There we go. Kind of matches. Actually, it matches really good. Surprising. Keen's stuff is usually just a little off from wherever I want it to be. Alright, now that I've welded all this up, how do I want this to go? I think I want the same kind of pattern over and over until I get to the end. So I probably want that there, that there. Let's see if I could just do this. Then we're probably going to want that there, and then I need a, what goes from there to there? This. Boom. Boom, boom. Right there. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Good. I like it. I like it. Let's see if we can do that on the other side. If I don't fall off. Okay, what did I just do now? Come on, there we go. Thank you, Bagel. I appreciate the like. Thank you very much. You know, one thing that's interesting about Space Engineers is that it is surprisingly good for, like, machinima. You know, like, Light Echoes is really good, and Space Engineers was a lot worse back then. You know, there was a lot less you could do in Space Engineers, and Light Echoes is pretty good. And, you know, I think if Captain Jack leaned more into the machinima aspect of it, like, you could do a lot more with it. You know, like the stuff that Zockley and I forget the names of the other people who work on but like the release trailers for each update, like those are getting really good. Those have gotten really good in the last several years. Ooh, you know what? Let me do. I know we're probably almost never going to look on top of this, but I kind of want this to be a, you know, to also kind of match up a little bit like this. Let's do this. Just to give this a little more of an interesting shape, as I like to say. Nope, not that interesting. Alright, then I need... That's going to be in here. Is it you? I believe it's you. There. Come on. There we go. That kind of shapes down into it. Kind of looks like it's intended to be attached to this. So that's good. And then my plan was that we leave this middle part open, but now I'm kind of wondering if we shouldn't, like, just extend a top layer down the middle just to make it look like this isn't, like, 2 stacks of cargo things, but is, like, just randomly sitting without anything in between. You know? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe not. Let's see. One last thing I wanted to do. Actually, let me look at this from up above. Does this look too thin? I mean, I don't really want to stick it out more because I don't want when the truck turns, I don't want it to bump it with its tail lights. I could curve those tail lights in too, technically, I think. But if I really wanted to, I could slice a corner off here. Instead of having this one be the one that tapers, we could taper this corner one and move these lights over one. If I was really worried about it, I really don't think it's going to be a problem. I think I'm being too paranoid about it. But I think this looks good. I think this turned out better than I was imagining, actually. let's leave that as is. And let me run up the top again. Yeah, I think what we're going to do, everything in here is solid and welded. Let's just, how much steel plate do I have? 2. Okay, we're going to need more than that. I don't know why I keep searching for it when I know I need to come and build it. Okay. Now... yeah, so we're not going to finish it today for sure. But we're going to get really close. So... yeah, Greeble, you're right. That's pretty much it. I mean, we'll throw that. We got to put the wheels on it still. We're going to have to put some lights on it, which are probably going to turn out to be like spotlights. I'm going to do this down the middle here. Nope. Oh, no, that wasn't the right spot. Yeah. We'll do this, and then we'll do something in the back here. I have some idea, but I'm going to sit tight. I mean, we're still got to, like, do some buttons and some timers and stuff. We're going to have to do some things, but... so, yeah, there we go. That looks good. Kind of makes it look a little bit more integrated. Do we need to do anything on the side with it? I kind of feel like on the side it should just kind of stay the way it is. Oh, but we could do... we can make this match up. Like that. Oh, I'm stuck again. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Gives it a little bit more of a slightly less flat look to it. I'm gonna do a ladder on the side, for sure, on each side. And yeah, I think we will do some railing, or maybe we'll put like some neon light bars on it to look like a railing, since they apparently don't glow in this world for some reason. But yeah, I think that's looking really good. Maybe we should, on the back side, mimic that same kind of... oh, well, here's what I wanted to on the back, actually. What are those called? Are they... those little doors that you can put on top of the... what are those things called? I got all these modded airplane blocks in here. What are those things called where you can put the, like, the hatch door on top of these things? Let's see, I'll grab the ladders. Gonna need the ladders eventually. Cap, yes. Yes, there we go. Conveyor cap. There we have... yeah, okay, I need both of these. Are these in a group anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Okay, what do these need? Interior plate. And... all these need interior plate. What does the ladder need? Probably steel plate, right? No, interior plate for the ladder. Okay. Need to go get some interior... oh, come on. Interior plate. Yeah, let's just do this. Are they in the conveyor group? That would make the most sense, wouldn't it? It's not in that group. Not in that group. Not the conveyor cap for pipes is in that group. In that group. Oh, there it is. Yep, it's in that group. That makes sense. But where's the conveyor, the small conveyor cap? Is it in this group? No. That's weird. Weird. Okay. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. I want the little caps. I'm backing up. Stupid weather. Hang on. There we go. Alright, which way is up on these? Rather I should say, which way do I want to open them? Do they have, like, anything written on them? No, maybe we'll do this way and they'll open sideways. I think that's a hinge on the side, right? Flip. Oh, it's already flipped around. There we go. Not most of the parts for these. A small conveyor cap is in the, like, normal large conveyor group. I already placed them, so it doesn't matter. I'm just curious now. Because I'm scrolling through these, and I only see conveyor cap medium. And if I go here, the small ones. Oh, I was supposed to put a... Ooh! I gotta put a sorter in between. Okay, forget where the, forget where the caps are. It doesn't matter. I gotta remember to put the sorters in place. That could have been a disaster. Okay. Let's do the sorters, and then we'll do the big caps, and then we'll probably call it a day. Sorters are definitely in that group, but let's figure out where we're going to put them first. We want to have a sorter. Let's see, we could hide the sorter, but I actually kind of think I want the sorter to be visible so I could see if it's on or off. What if we put it, like, right here? Would it make more sense to put it right at the very end? I'm kind of thinking at the very end would make the most sense. There we go. Then for this one, let's put it right here. Will I ever need access to cargo from the back? Potentially. Which is why we're going to put those caps on the back for easy access. Oh, the caps don't open? I thought the caps did open. The big ones, the medium ones. What am I doing up here? Oh, yeah. Or did I have a mod the last time I had them and they opened? Oh, you're saying caps do not open and close, but the panels do. This thing, access panel, that opens and closes. That's the thing I wanted, not the cap. No cap. And these do not cover... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, I did not have a mod. It was this. It was this. This is what I want. Construction components. Why would I need that as the first piece? Okay. Get me 4 panels. Where are you at? Alright, and then I want them to open side to side. I don't think this matters, so we do this. There we go. Thank you for guiding me through this. This would have been a terrible mistake if I had done the wrong thing. There is no access panel that fits right on top of the small conveyor, right? Like I'm fine with just capping these off on the side. I thought this was a hinge that opened up. That clearly does not, but this is. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why are you like what? How did I do this? Okay, where did I put that now? This way. There we go. Oops. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay. Good, so I got that. Trying to decide if I should... I kind of want to leave these just like bare on the back and not cap them off with any armor. I think I do want to maybe cover up just this row, just this vertical row here. I kind of like the, you know, having access to the, like, I just think it looks cool, you know, on the back here. So maybe we'll just do a... Yeah, something like that. Maybe we could even put like a light in there or something. And then, you know what else we could do is we could potentially put... I mean, I'm going to fill in this row here. This isn't going to be like beams like this. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So, all right, so that'll be next time. I'm going to call it a day here because my furnace is not working in the house and it's starting to get cold, and I'm going to see if I can get it working for the night. But when we meet next, which will probably be in a week from today, we'll try to finish this thing off. I think given the amount of progress we made today, which, let me go to the side that I'm not going to fall off of. Given the amount of progress we made today, there we go, in constructing the back of this, I would say we can finish this up in the next stream. Because all we're going to have to do is put the wheels on, finish up a little bit more armor work and a little bit more greebling. You know, we'll put ladders on it. And then we got to cut it off, you know, disconnect it from the base there. Ooh, I just remembered something we forgot, completely forgot. We were going to put a bunch of batteries in here too to help, you know, not run out of, because we got just the one battery in the truck. We could put a ton of small batteries in the middle, or we could put, ooh, where could we hide some big batteries? I don't even know where I could hide big batteries. I'll have to think about that. We could probably hide them somewhere. Potentially, they're going to add a lot of weight. Where would we want to put them? Maybe I will think about this later. I wonder if we could hide some inside of here if we wanted. We wouldn't really need a lot. Like, 2 big batteries would probably be plenty good. They'd probably also be used for recharging the miner while if we needed to. So, or I could put them on top. We could plop them on top. Yeah, hold on. Let me take a look up there and see. Yeah, I was gonna put caps on top of these, but maybe we'll drop like a row of batteries on top, and then just like greeble them in. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I want to just have a little bit of extra battery power, because the truck in the front only has one big battery, which is generally enough for it to drive around on its own. But if it's pulling all this stuff, it's going to need a little extra power. So, okay. Anyway, back to my perch, so next time we will do the battery thing. We'll get the wheels on. We have to disconnect the truck from the base. I do need to put the mag plate on the bottom of the piston, but that's not a big deal. And then we have to finish the front of the truck where it's connected. It's kind of blocking me from finishing the front, so we'll have to finish the front, get our buttons set up somewhere so we can control connecting and disconnecting and having the piston and everything. We'll do that. It'll just be like probably on the back here or on the side or something. Yeah, so then we'll just greeble up the rest, get the wheels on, finish up this back part. Finish it. Yeah, there's barely anything left to do, so I think we're in really good shape. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it a ton. Don't forget to like if you actually liked it. Subscribe if you want to get notifications when I go live. Other things you can do to help the channel is, aside from just being present and watching, which is a huge thing in and of itself, but you know, chatting like these folks here have been. Chatting is always good. Leaving comments, any comments on the video, is totally fine. If you don't feel like engaging in that way at all, just having you here watching is perfectly fine. I love it. So thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your week. I will be back tomorrow with my friend Pat doing Earth Defense Force 6. Sunday we'll be kicking off, I hope, unless we have either scheduling or networking issues, hopefully kicking off a series of Halo streams, which is should be pretty fun. This was something that a bunch of people were like, hey, we should all just do some Halo, and I was like, let's do it. Let's do it on stream. So we'll do that for a while, and then next year we'll hopefully have be able to have like some community server events. I'm still working on getting the server up and running, which is taking longer than I expected because I'm having trouble finding the time to work on it. But we will get it. We will be able to have some events. Maybe we'll have a persistent world we can hang out in for those of you who would like to actually like play Space Engineers with me and be on the stream. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not making any promises on anything that we'll be doing, but it would be cool if we could do that. So anyway, that's the plan. Thanks for hanging out. I will talk to you all tomorrow for those of you who show up. But if not tomorrow, then I'll talk to you in a week for more Space Engineers. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Or day if you're not where I am.